Wild Magic West is a show intended for mature audiences. Today's episode contains body horror and references to drug and alcohol abuse. Viewer discretion is advised.
Last time on Wild Magic West, our four adventurers were able to reunite after an extended period of time apart. Each of them needing something specific to move themselves forward into the next arcs of their lives. After a little bit of deception on the part of one Lord Soren Veilheart, they reunited at the Jewel Box and were issued a job of sorts. Retrieve an experiment and return it, intact, quietly, most importantly, alive. They headed off down into the mines, passing some former friends and associates of Six's, before delving deep inside, and almost pretty fairly quickly, fell victim to the overriding roserite pressure, or so they would presume, and went a little out of sorts, leading to a tiny kerfuffle down in the just a tiny itty bitty kerfuffle betwixt compatriots. And we will pick up exactly in the aftermath of that moment, manacles still wrapped around Six's hands, Afyra sort of holding those in place, Delilah's hand outstretched, having just cast the Dispel magic, and Clay just behind Afyra, with that large cannon on Six's shoulder already shifted out and into place.
Afyra's talking fast, which she never does, but she's holding the manacles, looking straight down at them, and doesn't really notice that Six has come out of it, and is like, "Just nobody touch him. Don't hit him. If he grabs anybody, he'll grab me. It'll be fine. Just we'll get him to snap out of this. It'll be fine. He doesn't know what he's doing. Don't hurt him."
You slowly start to see the arm cannon go back into his hand. Here, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. I don't know what came over me.
It's okay, baby. It wasn't you. It was this place. It's strong down here. Something's messing with it. Something's messing with us.
Wait. Did you all see something too?
Yeah.
Yeah. As Clay begins to kind of button up his shirt. Yeah, it was intense. But let's get our bearings. Let's get healed up and I guess figure out where it all went wrong.
Does anybody need some healing? I can dispense some healing.
I take the manacles off and I hand them to you, Six, along with a key. I have 3 manacles. Okay, so I have 2 left. I hand you 1 set with the key, and I go, that could have happened to any one of us. If it happens again, put these on me. Make sure I don't hurt anybody, okay?
I don't know if I'd be able to keep up, but I'll give it a shot.
If anybody could, you could. It was fine. You're fine.
Delilah, how are you doing on spells?
I still got a little left in me. Wouldn't mind if we found some place to rest. I don't know how safe anything would be here, but here,
That's everybody's passive perception.
Passive?
15?
Passive.
Perception.
15.
14.
A whopping 10.
21.
Afyra is the first to notice.
This is ASL for 21. It looks like a gun. That's fucking fitting.
Good God.
I love that.
Afyra, you are the first to notice there's a little bit of a rumbling under your feet. And as the rumbling starts to get louder, 6, you pick up on it too. And as you guys are discussing where to rest for a moment, dirt and debris and detritus all start falling from just behind Delilah, who is at the back. And the tunnel leading down into where you guys all met up with 6 collapses, making returning that direction incredibly difficult.
Fuck. Well,
I'm no dwarven stones craftsman, but I think that way is closed off.
But we do have a map, and these places have to have multiple entrances, right?
Yeah.
We can use our energy to go back, or we can try and find something that's up ahead. Shit, maybe we can even stay here, but I'm just afraid that...
We don't want to stay here in the tunnel that's collapsing.
Yeah.
We need to find somewhere open with more of a... Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but if we go deeper, we'll probably find a structure that miners were using that's going to be a bit more secure and more of an open area.
And I have something that may keep us safe, like when we were camping before, so.
Okay. Then, forward we go. Just keep your trigger finger ready, Delilah, just in case.
Can I
I'll
get a
try.
marching order, please?
Usually Afyra's in the front.
I think I would take front. I think I would
Yeah.
start walking.
I'll
think I
go
would just-
second to 6. Stay
Yeah.
real close.
And I'm going to stay to the back.
Yeah, Delilah could either be next to the back or to the back, but she will stay, closer to Afyra.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh my god, that spells out SCAD in my notes the way I wrote it down. Baby giggle. As you guys start heading down this tunnel, continuing deeper, you guys have been walking for over 4 hours at this point. And you guys met up late in the day. So there's a level of tiredness that is starting to sort of take root. But as you're walking, you notice the walls of the mine are slowly shifting. They're going from less rocky to more hunks of living roserite. It looks almost organic and wet, with veiny ribbons reaching through it. And there's a pulsing that's sort of, as you're walking, that lights it up, even with your dark vision, that makes the entire tunnel as you're walking through it just sort of pulse a little bit.
This being my favored terrain, what do I know to be the best course of action when the mines are exhibiting this behavior? Or is it new behavior to me?
This is new behavior to you. You're pretty familiar with the mines. The area that you were before, super your terrain, what you're used to seeing the mines look like. This is new. It's different. It's strange. And seeing roserite sort of pulse almost like it's breathing, it's not something you're used to seeing.
Can I make an Arcana check to try to get a sense of
Absolutely.
what's going on?
I'd like to help here.
How are you helping? Give me a pitch here.
Yeah, I have this book on me called Ancient and Modern Arcane Achievements by Fedelspot Bimble that I have in my inventory that I made up. So I bought it with the gold you said I could have.
That's a good one.
That's such a
really good
pull,
book.
and I
It's the first
respect the fuck
edition.
out of it. I will allow advantage on the roll.
Oh, I didn't know you read too. Oh, okay. Good book. Ooh, that's going to be a 15 on the die with a +9, a 24.
Clay, as you're do you touch it at all, or are you just sort of observing it?
I touch it with my inorganic hand with my
with the metal hand.
metal arm. Yeah, my metal
Yeah.
hand. I don't want to have any adverse reaction connected to it.
Yeah. As you touch it, and sort of like using your magic, just a little pulse sort of through it. You're reminded of using your magic to sort of track the creature a bit ago. And there's a level of familiarity to the roserite you're seeing on the walls, to that it's got that same arcanic signature that the trail to follow the creature did.
Well, it's looking like this roserite's the key to our quarry. We follow the blinking pink road, I guess.
Are they
All right.
manipulating it?
Well, assuming there's some sort of experiment, they may have some control over it or an adverse reaction to it. This is a Roserite Church, so.
Fair enough.
As you guys are walking, you can see the tunnel starting to get wider as you continue down. And it doesn't take super long, maybe another hour or two, where you sort of come out of this big open cavern. The walls and ceilings are spiked with jagged, semi-transparent roserite crystals that each kind of have that same pulse to them. There's a glowing pool in the center that seems to be thrumming, almost like a pinkish color itself. And the entire space is like very crystalline, and you can see like twisted reflections as you walk into this room.
This mine is supposed to be empty. Yet it's filled. This is weird. You said you had a safe way to rest for the night?
I do. I'll just, let me get to work. And she would start to ritually cast, Leomund's tiny hut.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so...
What does your tiny hut look like?
So I think that in this little space, it creates a 10-foot radius immobile dome. Up to 9 folks can fit in it. And I think that as she does, it's almost like she starts tracing like little constellation patterns in like the dirt as it's going on. And just kind of a couple times muttering to herself, oh no, not that one. All right, like I before E, and then kind of going through, because it's been a bit since she's been out and having to cast this spell. So she will take time to ritually cast it, and it has a duration of 8 hours. So I can send you all the goodies for it if you need, but it is transparent for us, but opaque for anything looking in. And anything looking in cannot pass in, but we can pass freely out.
Excellent. During the 10 minutes that you're taking to ritually cast your tiny hut, can I have a group wisdom saving throw, please? Delilah, can you make yours a disadvantage?
Pass?
14. I'm gonna add a flash of genius to this, and I am going to use my reaction to bump that up by 5. So that is 19. There we go. That's how math works.
17.
I got a dirty, disgusting, filthy 20.
I got a 15.
As each of you are sort of taking point around Delilah, I'm assuming, while she's casting her tiny hut, there's a level of just unease that starts to creep into the back of your minds. You're still holding on to reality, but it feels like someone is watching you from inside of your own thoughts.
Hello?
Do you say that out loud or inwards?
Out loud. Well,
There
both.
is softly in your mind, you just hear, "I'm sorry. I had to know what you are."
What do you mean this time inside?
I didn't want to be alone again.
Alone? Are you in here? You in the mines? I'm gonna look over to Clay. I'm gonna be like, pointing over, seeing if he has the same tap to the head.
Everyone feels that watching feeling, but you haven't heard. Only 6 has heard a voice so far.
What you doing? Are you?
You ain't here in the mine. I'll talk out loud as well.
Is that what this place is?
Yeah, do you see pink veins all throughout the walls?
I'm not sure. It's dark in here.
What do you see?
Just me.
You hear anything?
Singing.
Must be nice. What's your name?
I'm not sure anymore.
Well, that's a great thing about names. You can just pick one.
Oh, I don't think he would like it if I picked one.
Who?
I'm not sure. Everything feels so loud.
Okay. Well then I can whisper back. How about that?
I'm
You
sorry.
alright?
I didn't mean to hurt you.
What do you mean? Oh,
I
was
didn't-
that?
I didn't
Was that
mean.
you?
I didn't mean. And you feel that voice sort of retreat from your head, 6.
Did any of you hear that?
No.
There was a voice from this, and this voice sounded like it was like young, right?
It gave like young woman vibes, like very
Yeah.
a youth that sort of felt.
Yeah.
There was a level of confusion to it, the way that she responded, but it definitely felt young.
Yeah. There was a young lady's voice. It was in my head. She was saying that it was dark and she could hear singing, that she was the one that messed with our heads. But she was saying that she didn't mean to. And she said she doesn't know what her name is anymore, but, I mean, she said that he wouldn't like it if she picked a new name. And I'm guessing
Yeah.
that's that motherfucker that brought us on.
Veilheart.
Yeah, that one.
Afyra, at saying his name out loud, you hear a hissing in the back of your head.
Anybody else hear that rattlesnake?
What are y'all talking
Yeah.
about?
No? Just me?
It's-
Should y'all all go to sleep with handcuffs on?
No, I think.
Okay.
I only trust 6 with my manacles. I wouldn't give you a single set.
Fair enough. Listen, it is very possible that this is the person we're after, and they might not have control of their powers, hence being an experiment and all, which makes the situation even more dangerous. It's one thing to have someone who's trained and know what they're doing, and that's who we're chasing. But now we're chasing after someone who might not even be able to control what they're doing. And that makes it
Clay,
even more dangerous.
in your head, you hear a heightened level of almost agitation to the voice as it sort of whispers at you, I'm not dangerous. I'm just me.
Okay, that's fine. I was just saying the situation was precarious. My apologies if I offended.
Are you hearing it too, or because I'm Can we
Yeah,
help
now,
you?
nope, now I'm hearing it. Yeah, my bad.
Can I help you some way? She just nervously kind of looks up and around and asks because everyone's hearing the voices. She hasn't heard anything yet.
Just,
Are you hurt?
I don't know if you can. And you just hear that in the back of it almost feels like, when you have like an itch sort of in the back of your brain that you can't quite touch. That's sort of where the voice, it almost feels like it's coming from your own inner monologue, but it's a voice that is completely new and foreign to you.
You sound scared.
I just don't want to be alone again.
Well, we're here. I mean, I think you know that.
Are you?
Yeah, if we're talking.
Oh, sometimes I can... Oh, I'm doing the thing again. My apologies. It'll almost happen in sync with everyone now. I didn't mean to startle you. I just had to know what you are.
We're just people.
Yeah. You're the one he calls Romeo?
There is a loud hissing that everyone hears. Clay, I need a wisdom saving throw. The DC is 20.
Literally thought better of it at the last second. I was about to say that and I went, you know what?
That's
Let me
a
shut
7.
Oh, my lantern.
You're gonna take 8 points of psychic damage.
Hell yeah.
And the rattle gets very loud, and then only in Clay's head you will hear, do not call me that name.
Okay. It's all right. Can I ask you a question, just you and me?
There's a long pause, but you can still feel that presence.
You want me to kill him?
He's like my father.
Yeah. But you don't want to go back.
I just wanted to find me.
Yeah. And what happens if he finds you?
I don't know. I'm sorry. You're all hurting and it's my fault. You should rest. I'll try to keep myself under control. And almost in unison, all of you feel that voice sort of pull out of your head. And there is...
Do we still feel watched?
No, the watching feeling recedes as well. And it's about that moment that Delilah finishes her hut.
And it's almost like little constellations are kind of above, like a little twilight night sky
Love it.
underneath the hut. Okay.
Well, I guess we found Romeo.
Okay. I'm gonna call this being, and I think she's like looking up as if they can still see.
As you're looking up, it's just now striking you how reflective all the surfaces in this cavern are. And you can see yourself, but like as you look into the different pieces, it's almost like splinters of different moments in time. Like you can kind of see like Afyra in a wedding dress, Afyra rocking a small child, Afyra and Six in a shop polishing guns, Afyra working as a lady of the evening in the jewelry box. But it's little fragments of could be's, might have been, should have beens, all reflected in the surface of this cavern.
I'm gonna roll a wisdom saving throw. Okay, that's a 2 on the die. I think in this moment, I think if she had succeeded, she would have been able to immediately look away and kind of warn anyone that was with her, like, hey, be careful looking up.
Yeah.
But instead, like, as soon as she saw herself, she pulled up her mask, or started to, and she just kind of got stuck looking at all of these possibilities.
Had you gone in the bubble, or were you out of the bubble when you looked up?
I don't know. I was heading towards it, so I don't know. But I whenever I looked up, I could still see like those splintering possibilities no matter where I am, yes?
Yeah.
Then I'll not have made it there. Yeah, I'll not have made it there yet. But I do get stuck looking up at them.
Can I have an additional wisdom saving throw?
Yes. No. That's a that's a 12.
As you're looking up, which one is the one that you are sucked the most into?
This sucks. I'm going to roll a d4 for it. Because you listed 4 that all would have really... The last one you said...
We're working as a lady of the night.
Was that right?
I think so. I think that was the last one.
Yeah, if that was... Yeah.
You see all these different visions, and your eyes sort of train on the last one. And as you blink your eyes and then open them again, you can sort of look down and you're in a different garb than you've been wearing before. There's a small, like, choker around your throat with a little topaz on it. And you're just in a relaxed room at the jewelry box. What would Afyra be doing if she were working as a lady of the evening in the jewelry box?
I think this feels so foreign to her. She's never lived in relaxation or softness. She kind of sleeps on the ground and sleeps on the go. So if she's reclining in any way, she's like touching the bed or the chaise or whatever she's on, and is also looking down at her garb, because she also doesn't really wear dresses or skirts. Those are too soft, they're too frilly, and she's grown very used to believing that a life of desire and being desirable are just things that will never happen for her. So she stands up and goes over to the mirror and is kind of stuck and looking at that and marveling at how different she could be if only she wasn't what she is.
As you're looking into the mirror, sort of absorbing and taking all of this in, you watch as the reflection in it shifts in a way that you yourself do not move. And taking a small step back, you watch as a mirrored version of yourself steps out of this mirror directly in front of you. And there's a small smile across its face as it reaches to its own topaz collar, and as it lifts it, it turns into the Rorschach bandana and just wraps it over the nose and then tilts its head at you.
What does the Rorschach mask do? It's very specific to me and my emotions, so I want to know if there's an emotion I would gather from how it moves.
It's blank.
Okay, imposter. I attack it.
Are we all seeing this, by the way?
No. This is all happening in Afyra's head. She's just sort of locked in a moment.
Yeah.
Give me an
Is
attack
she
roll.
outside of the bubble, too?
She's outside of the bubble, too.
I brought some hard pack.
I'd be keeping
Anybody
my
want some hard
eyes
pack?
on her.
She's not making an attack. This is all happening mentally.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not like metagaming. All I know is
Yeah.
that Six would have kept his eyes because she's out of the bubble, and that's not safe. So that's all.
That's a nat 20 on myself, Your Honor.
Let's go.
How do
boy.
you attack this shadowed version of yourself?
I think I reach for my only thing, which is my lasso, which is my casting focus. It's my best weapon. It's everything to me. And then I realize it's not at my hip. And so instead, I think I just grab the hem of my skirt and start ripping and whip it. And it starts to unravel the glamorous gown version of me in ribbons like a lasso to wrap around the other me's throat while revealing that I'm still wearing what I always wear underneath. I'm the real me.
Yeah. The gown falls away almost as artifice, and then wrapping this faux ribbon lasso around its throat. When you squeeze it, it feels like your lasso, and you can feel this. Again, the face looks exactly identical to yours. It's choking underneath of your own like tightness. And over your shoulder, you hear a small, now familiar voice just say very softly, "Why do you hold on to hurt?"
Okay. I think the best way out of this scenario is through it. And so Afyra tightens the hold on the ribbon lasso around the throat of the other me. And I think I just reply, my pain is who I am. If I let it go, that's every lesson I've ever earned gone.
You can hear your own voice gurgling as the life force is leaving your own face effectively. What does Afyra see as she watches herself die?
I think Afyra looks down at this like dead facsimile tiefling version of her and leans over and kind of very gently touches the horns, and I think they just kind of fade to ash. And I'm looking at Afyra's face, but that's just like the face she wears. That's not her at all. And I think seeing the Afyra version of her when inside she is changeling, she feels nothing.
As you touch that horn and the ash starts to fade away, you watch as that body sort of shifts and contorts. And then looking down, you don't see yourself, but you see a familiar looking human male
Don't.
Dusty hair,
Don't.
mustache across his face, hat laying akimbo. And that voice leans in again. Is that what you want? Is that what would make you happy?
Does he look dead on the floor?
He looks dead.
Do I feel happy?
That is a question for Afyra.
I think Afyra tilts her head and looks down at him and answers as truthfully as she can. Happiness ain't meant for everybody. Sometimes people are made to suffer so that other people don't have to. That's my lot in life, kid. You're not going to get what you want out of me in here.
With your passive perception, you're able to see the shift of the figure on the bed. It doesn't move threateningly towards you, and you just feel a small hand slide into your hand and squeeze it. It's okay to still love him. From what I understand, love is complicated.
I gently squeeze the hand back. Do I see anyone standing next to me?
You do. You see a very lithe, willowy woman, inky black hair, with crystalline eyes sort of looking up at you. She almost looks stunted, as in, like, she's fully developed and is an adult, but she's smaller than the average human would be.
I kneel in front of her and I take off my hat and I go, now are you doing all this on purpose?
She touches both sides of your face, and in a voice that sounds familiar because it is your own. Are you doing all this on purpose?
I think immediately I stand back up and I let go of her hand and I step back 2 steps. And this time when I put my hand over my hip, my lasso is there.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, now are we friends or foe?
There's a small grin on her face. And she repeats the question she asked you at the beginning, but this time it comes at you in your own voice. Why do you hold on to hurt when you could have something better?
What's better than hurt?
That's a complicated question. And as you blink, sort of grasping that lasso in your hand, you are thrust back into the moment, looking up. And as you look up, you don't see anything other than your own reflection in the ceiling.
I storm back into the safety of the bubble, grumbling to myself.
6, you would have watched
yeah.
Afyra stand and stare at the ceiling for a solid minute or 2 without moving.
Yeah, no, he's sitting down, resting, and just watching. And he knows that something's up, but he's just waiting. And then once he sees Afyra storming back towards the bubble, he stands up and then just watches her walk past. And then he'll just go back to watching outside.
Mr. Deepwater,
Yes.
I need a word.
All right. And have Val go out and fly to the top of the dome, and he'll be our little lookout at the top of the dome. And just yes.
I don't like you. You know that.
Yeah.
I need a favor.
All right.
What does a favor cost?
What does a favor cost?
It's a life or death favor.
Life or death favor. And you take that, multiply it by 20, divide it by 7.
Faster math, I beg of you.
Nothing for the sake of our history, and Delilah would be very upset with me. So go on.
I scanned him up and down at that last part. Right. I need you to promise me 6 makes it out.
I would like to question, did you break away from the group to have this conversation, or are you having it in a 10-foot diameter bubble?
We broke away from the conversation, but we're in the bubble, and I'm whispering as best can be.
I'm gonna need a sleight of mouth. Is that the right word to use?
Hey, yo,
Stealth?
it's a different type
Stealth,
of game.
maybe?
Yeah. I'll let you do stealth. I'll let
Hey.
you do stealth, and if the others would like to do perception, or insight, I'll allow either, to see if you pick up on what's being said in the corner of your bubble.
Ooh,
It's a dirty 20.
I got a 22.
I was gonna say that six is like I was either way, so I'll just go with passive, and it was 15, and yeah, he wouldn't have heard.
I got a 27.
Delilah, you hear every word.
I'll take it.
I think Delilah, after having, put up everything, she's kind of tending to some of the accoutrement that they would have taken with them there, knowing that before they bed down, they're going to have to do some healing because they didn't actually get that far within it, just in case before they rest. Just kind of in that mindset, and is hearing that, and is just like the only way that you would be able to tell is that just like there's like the tiniest bit of how her ears sort of lifts up, kind of like an animal just kind of lifting up, and then just like it keeps like fluttering down, and then just over and over a few times. And she
Do
might
I have your
like
word?
Say what?
Sorry, I was talking to Mr. Deepwater. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Say what? Are you not supposed to be listening?
No.
Huh?
We make sure that both of them get out.
Mr. Deepwater, I do fear you misunderstood what I've come over here to say. I can't fortify my mind in a
Yeah.
place like this.
Uh-huh.
I can hold back whatever's coming to give y'all time to get out. But if it comes down to it, I worry that 6 would be stupid and selfless and try to do something impossible, like help me survive whatever is about to come forward.
Listen, 6 is in a bad way, and we're surrounded by Rosary. I'll do my best, but between mental attacks coming at us at any moment and him battling his affliction, the only way to guarantee that he makes it out alive is if he leaves right now.
He'd die on the way.
Well, then we can hold hands and all die together. But I am a man of my word, and I will get him out of here.
Good. The slums can't handle one less friendly guy when it's overrun with all those people.
That is very true. Now let's go back to being prickly bastards towards one another.
Did I ever stop?
Oh, come on now. I see this. I see the way you look at me.
All right, fuck
The
you, Clay.
smiles,
And I'll walk off.
shimmering eyelashes in the moonlight. Please stop it.
Oh, I'm gonna
We
throw
can't.
up.
We can't. We just can't do this.
I'm walking out the bubble. I'm leaving the bubble.
I can't. I shouldn't. As Clay begins to take off his jacket and his shirt, and then he's now shirtless in the tent, sitting down, and begins to remove his prosthetic arm. And then begins to just place it down, and then has to do his nightly rituals of massaging where his limb ends. Because he's been wearing it all day. That's very tiring.
Still working okay?
Stopped working a while ago. The blade part. That was what was it? I was chasing down some of the cartel, and I was tracking them down to a bar, and then I was gonna fight them in the bar, but then there was a brothel at the top of the bar. So I did that, and then came down and then started the fight in the tavern. And then, one thing led to another.
Would you like me to take a look at it? Since we're here.
Sit down.
He sits right down.
What'd you see? Because I was caught in it too.
I just saw it was my worst fears, basically. It was everything I'd been thinking deep down come to light. So it's a little hard to shake something like that. But mostly everything that each of you were doing looked like you were trying to attack me, trying to dismantle me, and so I had to fight back, and that was what I was afraid. Because I can see it's not working. I was afraid that I might have done. I'm sorry.
You got nothing
As
to be
much-
sorry for.
As much as we butt heads, I never actually would pull that trigger, right?
I know. Because you'd miss. But it's okay. It's all right. We're going to work on it. We're going to work on it, though.
Yeah.
You lean a
I
little
don't
bit too much
think
to
I'd
the left.
miss,
That's the
but
problem. Listen, when I was a kid, my worst fear was losing my family. So we're growing up there, and, eventually, corporations come. First thing that goes is the water, right? Then the animals, then the food. People start turning on each other. But it wasn't that broke us. It was me, because I wanted to fight back. I wanted to grab a gun, learn how to fight, learn how to cast spells. I wanted to get back, take back everything that was taken from us. Now, I remember the first time I ever did a heist. I come back with a sack full of money. I drop it there in front of my mom and pa. What's the first thing he does? Spits on it. I said, why? He said, because Deepwater's is honest folk. And I went there cussing and raving. What kind of honor is there? Not fighting back. But that was it. Their mind was made up, and I was banished. I was kicked out. Barely a man. Left to wander the world by myself. What I'm trying to say is you can't go around carrying that fear. Because sometimes the worst things do happen. But you gotta wake up the next day and keep walking. And you gotta keep picking up the pieces, even when things fall apart.
What did you do when that happened? How did you get over it? This is something new for me.
I don't think I really did. But found this really cool group of people who I guess made living a bit easier. And then when things got tough, I pushed them away.
Well, let's make things a little easier then. Let me take a look at it.
By all means. Better pass him the arm.
I'm gonna take at least 2 hours because I'll need 6 hours for sleeping, but I'll take the next 2 hours looking over and trying to fix this hidden light.
Oh, I feel like I should make you do a check for that, but that's like the thing you do,
Sure.
right?
Sure, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could get it done in 2 hours.
I'd say you can get it working to a semi-functional status in 2 hours. But I will say, as a caveat, attacks made with your hidden blade would be at disadvantage. So you can use it, but it's still a little sticky. Like it's not fully.
Still can't
100%
quite
there.
cast spells with it for sure.
Not quite yet. It would
Okay.
need a longer amount of time for you to get it. Is that a fair compromise on all parties?
Sure. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
absolutely.
Clay
Um,
goes into his satchel and starts one hand opening up his wizard book. It is just this mishmash of different notebooks and different types of parchment that like you can tell has just been put together over the course of decades from different pieces of other stolen spell books or things he's gotten off other wizards, and it is just like this it almost looks like when like when you're watching a movie and you see like the serial killer makes like the newspaper clippings out of all the other magazines to make a message. It just kind of starts looking like that, but he's going through and thumbing through his spells.
I think because 2 hours in, I'm sure everybody's asleep at this point, so I'm just gonna make. I'm gonna use a magical tinkering. Just put like a little piece of roseite, set it on just right next to the arm, or I guess in the hand of it, and I'll record a message, just saying, couldn't get it to fully work just yet, but they should do for now. And then I'll just set it inside. Then I'll go up next to the wall and just keep an eye out because I have the Warforged, so I don't really have to sleep. But I can still see and hear as normal, so I'm just gonna keep watch.
Delilah, was there anything else you did before you went to bed?
Yeah, I think that as Delilah's settling down, she is definitely going through, it's kind of like through her prayers, which are more of just like meditation than anything. You know, it's just sometimes kind of looking up at the stars. She's enjoying the darkness of these caverns, even with her dark vision. Just there's something apart from the people in the brain every now and then that is peaceful within this. And I think that, you know, everyone's got to eat. I think that she would have taken it upon herself too, like, you know, make sure everyone had something to eat before they went to bed, just double checking within it. I don't think that this is a question more in the sense of her trying to figure out the means of how this communication is happening, and especially thinking through the magic that was put on us before. I think that she's spending time kind of puzzling through that. Like, as she gets into her protective mode, she's trying to think of ways that this can be defended, that this can, without angering. So, like, were these charm effects of some kinds? Was this some sort of, like, Gaius? Was this some sort of something? That's where her brain is, like, she's going through, like, what could she do? And then attempting to understand.
While you're meditating and looking up at the constellations at the top of your bubble, do you ever look past them?
It is a transparent bubble, so it's a transparent bubble that kind of has, so like, baby, I can't help herself.
As you're looking up through the constellations, you're a beautiful woman. Why deny yourself a good reflection? And as you're looking up, you sort of see that fractaled ceiling, and there's little pockets. And the first one sort of looks like you'd expect, you looking back down on yourself, well, looking up like a mirror would. But then the one sort of off to the left is different. It's Delilah fully strapped up holding a shotgun. The one to the other side, Delilah in full, like, church robes of the Order of the Rose. There's another one that's Delilah and Clay holding hands under a wedding arch.
I think she glances between them, and she's kind of someone who sees messages and communications, right? Like, working with a deity, is there any way for her to analyze, are these internal thoughts of hers that she's seeing reflected, or are these being put upon her?
Give me an insight check into yourself, and I'm going to roll a d20.
Oh boy. That is a 19 plus 8, so a 27.
You're able to look up, and messages isn't the wrong word. It feels like possibility of what could have been, what might have been, what never happened but could be perfect. It feels more like possibility than communication. And with that insight roll, I will give you advantage on your wisdom saving throw.
Yay!
That's cool.
That is an 18 plus 8, so that's a 26.
Hell
You
yeah.
find yourself looking up for a good long while. And then eventually those little images, sort of almost shimmering, shift back. So it's just a bunch of different Delilahs looking back down at you.
Does that help answer my question of is this internal or it's being...
You're fairly certain that this
Mhm.
is internal.
Okay.
This also probably happened before bed.
Mhm.
So if everyone's sort of in view of, you're in a 20-foot bubble, it's not
Yeah.
very large. Afyra, because you also experienced looking up into the glass. If you want to go ahead and make a perception check for me to see if you clock and can piece together.
That is a 24.
Oh, absolutely. You're able to like clock what at first looks like meditation. You've seen Delilah meditate before. And then there's like a shift, a slight cock in the head, a raising of one of the ears. And she just sort of gets lost in those images for a minute. And then, almost without even missing a beat, there's like a shake of the head and a settling back down.
Hey,
What?
did you see something in the ceiling?
She kind of tucks her hair back as she looks at it. Yeah. It's like we're seeing visions, but not like the kind, not like the time when I'm able to commune with the lady.
Nope. It's not visions. Nope, absolutely not. And then I just shout, "Nobody look at the ceiling. It's haunted and I'll shoot you."
Okay.
And then she just lays back on the bedroll and puts her mask up and goes to sleep.
And I think that Delilah scoots over a little bit, just kind of the awkward little like butt scoot over, and is like, "Hey," and just jostles her a little bit.
What?
Did you looked at the ceiling?
I went straight into it. Apparently, your mind is much more fancified and fortified, or what have you, because it took me no seconds at all to be yanked into some mirror dimension from hell, where at first I was a whore, and then my husband was dead at my feet, and then some little girl who was talking about pain was like, "Let me hold your hand." Just kidding, I'm stealing your identity. I hated it. I don't like being here. I don't understand anything that's going on.
Delilah takes her hands and puts them on Afyra's shoulders, and she's like, "Okay, and breathe for a second. That's a lot to unpack. Okay, let's start with, you were a whore?"
Just for a little bit.
Well, it's okay. So it was, you saw yourself, but a girl? Go back to that part.
It was like a mimic situation. It was like I looked into a mirror in this mirror scenario, and there I was. Except for that mirror me jumped out of that mirror in the mirror verse.
Mm-hmm.
And then that me was trying to be me, but I was like, "Hey, that job's taken."
Like trying to be you, like just looking, like I went
talking. They had my mask, except for, of course, it didn't work for them because they couldn't feel nothing. The faker, it was just very clearly a farce, and I don't know why. I asked the little girl why she was doing that, and if we could just be friends. That was the friendliest I've ever been in my whole life.
You think it was, and she just kind of gestures in the general direction, not wanting to say the name.
I know it was her. And when we got separated in them tunnels back there, I saw her up ahead taking a corner. And if you hadn't broken me out of that, I would have been chasing her down this hallway. I don't know if that was really her. I don't know if it was just one of them hallucinations, but I saw prey I couldn't catch. And that is my worst nightmare.
I think with the word hallucination, I think that Delilah, you can see her trying to piece stuff together. She's looking between Afyra, looking to the others who had been under this sort of rapture, and then looking back to it. It's like, I don't think that this is corruption yet. The Roserite's doing weird stuff, but like when folks get in real deep, it can get messy. But I'm trying to figure out how she is communicating. If this is the action of this order, they've been messing with this stuff for so long in order to, I don't know, create someone who I've never heard of speaking through it.
I don't know who or what this person is, little rattlesnake that lives in all of our brains, but I, for one, am not happy that she's in there. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to return anybody to some asshole from the church, but I also don't like taking psychic damage and being transported to nightmare hell dimensions through a mirror ceiling.
I mean, yeah, I can understand that. That makes sense. But if she's mimicking you, is she like, she was trying to figure out is she like learning? Is she just like...
The more tricks we keep up our own sleeves, the better for now. We have to assume we are being watched and listened to at all times.
That's fair. I can understand that. I'm gonna think of some ways to kind of keep us a little more shrouded. I'm gonna think on that tonight, but we also don't want to make her angry. Like, think about it. If you got someone, they're used to getting something, or they're trying to get something, you tell them no. I mean, I've not been around kids much, but I have seen one throw a tantrum.
A tantrum I can survive.
But a tantrum?
I think she'll be pretty pissed either way if we tell her we're moving her somewhere she doesn't want to go. Lying is going to make her angry when she does figure it out. And there is no way to get her on our side when she doesn't know who she is, where she is, what we are, which I don't really get how that. Listen,
we could be her guides then.
You want to adopt it?
Oh, no. I'm just simply saying, now, no, but I'm just saying that if she doesn't want to be one thing, might be easier to help guide along a way of something that may not, I don't know, kill us with our brains.
Where are you going to take your new daughter of the mind?
I'm going to get there when we get there. I just don't want, like, little Miss Rattlesnake, like you said, to rattlesnake my head right off its shoulders.
Well, don't say the R word.
Right? You absolutely can hear this conversation.
We're like sleepover talking. Yeah, so like you can hear it.
Catch like a couple of things. It's like I imagine them like eventually have gotten to the point of laying on their
like
side.
They're just like laying on each other's sides, like staring at each other, having this occasionally raised voice whisper conversation that you might not be able to catch every single word, but you're picking up enough to put the pieces together. The last thing you heard concurrently was "Don't look at the ceiling. The ceiling is nightmare hellland," and then like the whisper conversation started.
Gotcha.
And then you want to adopt it?
I don't want to adopt nothing. No. I'm just saying.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with adoption. I mean, adoption.
But again, it's a lead a horse to water situation.
Look, Where's the water, though,
We
Delilah?
can figure that out later.
No, we need a plan. I can't do this. If we don't have a plan,
we gotta
die.
sleep on it. You're
Okay.
rattled.
Well, here's the thing: when we wake up, it's go time.
Can't we figure that out over coffee?
Sure, we can wake up an hour early and have coffee and talk
Okay.
about it.
Six's head just turns in a complete 180. As he's looking out, he just turns around and looks at everyone and says, Are you all rested up? Or is this...
No.
Are we leaving?
No, we're set.
We got a while to go.
Oh, okay. Sorry, there was some commotion, so I just...
It was just girl
Alright.
talk. We're going
Thanks
to bed
for-
right now, getting our rest.
Thanks for watching out. Yeah, you're doing great. Thank you.
And thank you, Val. Looking up at the bird.
I was gonna jump back over to you because I think I know Clay Deepwater well enough to know that the second he was told not to do something,
Clay puts his hat on his face as if he's about to go to sleep.
At your own peril, my friend.
Bonus action. He's gonna
Yeah.
bonus action. He's gonna warg into Val to see through Val's eyes, and then look up.
ooh,
But it's just
like hat over the head, going to sleep. Yeah. As Val looks up, it's very strange because at first you just see several different versions of Val all looking down at Val, and you're seeing Val from a mirror. It's very trippy. And then it's almost like the mirror learns and can tell that it's you looking through. And as you look through, on one side you see your father embracing you. There's another where you see yourself marrying a former flame, a childhood sweetheart, as it were, someone you knew from back home. In the center, you see you and Delilah dancing, a long dip, and then leaning in and kiss her cheek softly. And then you see another one where it's strange. You don't recognize the man, but you're sort of sitting in a church pew, and you can see Afyra in the distance, in a white dress, on her wedding day.
I peer into the one with Delilah and I.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
That's a 16.
You look up and blink, and bringing your head down almost instinctively, you're in an open tavern. There's loud, lively music playing, and as you shift almost effortlessly, Delilah's in your hands. And you guys are dancing jovially, and you sort of scoop your hand along the small of her back and sort of dip her down. What do you do?
I want to... Can I investigate the area? I want to try to find like that glitch in the matrix, like that one detail that doesn't quite add up, so I can try to peer through and speak with the child formerly known as Romeo.
Give me investigation or perception.
Here it is.
19.
As you, still holding Delilah in your grasp, look up and just do a quick scan. The thing that you clock first that sort of throws a red flag is looking over. You see yourself sitting in a chair, staring back at you.
Like, twirl her around. Thank you. And I find the nearest two full glasses, and I bring them over to myself.
What would Delilah say as Clay spins her away?
Always playing hard to get. I'll ask for another dance soon.
Yes, ma'am. Unbutton my, I assume, blazer. Howdy.
There's a long pause, and there's like a sort of a shift to the head. And then it speaks, responding the same way you do. Howdy.
Now, here's a question. Have you actually had whiskey before? As I begin to pour 2 shots and slide one over.
Don't I look like a man who's had whiskey? And he just grabs one of the shots and slings it back.
Fair enough. You know what you remind me of? You remind me of when I was a kid. Yeah. And then I'd put on my daddy's boots and walk around saying I was the man of the house, pretending to be anybody different, anybody other than myself.
You run awful hard, don't you?
Yes, I do. Love to play hard to get.
No, I don't think it's that. I think you're running from something. I don't know
What do
what
you
that
think?
something is. You're running from something.
You want me to show you?
There's a cock in the eyebrow. It just sort of tilts its head. Do you want to show me?
Yeah, I think I do. Clay stands up. So, let's figure out how this works, right? This imagining, controlling the way that we envision this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You can see into my past, right?
I think we've gotten off on a misconception here. I think you think you're talking to someone you're not. I'm just a reflection, Mr. Deepwater.
I'm trying to talk to the person behind the reflection. Here.
Question. At any point, do you look down at your hand?
Yeah, I think I would be looking at my hands as I try to go out the double doors.
You see something that is foreign in its banality. Because for the first time in a very long time, your hands look exactly the same.
You know what? You want to see when I lost it?
Are you trying to change the reflection?
Yeah. Let me paint the picture. I'm a boy. Water just receded in the land. Forests get real dry. Lightning strikes. House catches on fire. Tumbles in on me. Whole right side's caught. Show me that.
There's a long pause, and this creature sort of, that looks like you and sounds like you, shifts back in their chair, takes the other shot of whiskey and shoots it. And then from behind you, you hear a different voice that is familiar to you. Do you have to look at the bad things?
I do. Yeah,
Is that really
I
what
do.
you want?
It's not what I want, but it's what I have to do.
Why do you hold on to hurt when you can have something better?
Because
Do you
the hurt.
turn to look at the creature who's talking at you?
Yeah, I do.
You see a almost translucent skinned, small, stunted growth young adult woman with patchy, black, almost wet looking hair. And she's holding Delilah's hand, specifically. I I don't understand why people deny themselves things that make them happy.
You familiar with gambling?
I've played.
Okay. So, essentially what I'm doing is gambling. The bet is, on one hand, the happiness, the life that I could have with the woman I'm very sweet on. On the other, I stay focused on what my real goal is. It's a simple one.
What's the real goal?
Whatever it takes, whatever the cost, I will become the most powerful mage that has ever lived.
There's a hint of a smile on her face. You sound an awful lot like someone I know.
You know, I think that's why we don't like each other. Not you and me and him.
She's gonna walk over towards you and sort of bring Delilah with her, and then take Delilah's hand and place it on top of your own. I think she'd have you if you wanted both. And then as she lets go, you watch as the tavern sort of disappears underneath your feet, and the scene you previously described, the burning house in the background, the river and the waters receding, the dry brush, is all that takes up your field of vision. And it feels so real, like you're standing on solid ground.
I think feeling that familiar warmth on my face, I let go of Delilah's hand and I say, that's why. Imagine if someone had the power to stop this. Imagine if people had the power to fight back.
This small youngish girl takes your hand, if you let her, and puts a shard of roserite in it and closes your hand around it. To Mr. Deepwater. And then the voice shifts, so it sounds like your own voice coming out of her throat. You already do. And as your hand sort of holds that crystal, you find yourself once again back in Val's eyes, looking up at a dozen different Vals looking down at you. And that is where we're going to go to break. We'll be back in a few minutes. you all wake after having the required amount of sleep that you need to get a long rest. And as each of you sort of comes to wake in the morning, you still see Val perched on top of the little dome. Clay, you feel something in your hand. Your hand's in like a closed fist as you were sleeping.
I opened it.
There is a small shard of pure roserite in your palm, identical to the one that was placed in it when you looked up in the mirror.
Huh. Oh, she's really powerful. Oh boy. This is more dangerous than I thought. He puts it in his satchel. Clay is still thinking of what to make of it, but still knows that he probably won't use it because he doesn't, out of pure ego, does not use roserite to amplify his magic because he just wants to be that good. So he still just puts it in his satchel next to his hardtack and his torch, some other spell components, and it's just, I think it's visibly just like contemplating and is disgruntled as he casts mage armor for the day, pays his mage armor tax.
You guys would notice that the normally quite chatty Clay Deepwater seems to be rather pensive in thought this morning.
Delilah would walk over and just, you sleep all right?
Oh, hey.
Hey, morning.
Yeah, I actually, I slept all right, you know? It was, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I slept all right. You're and like her ears kind of kind of flicker of just kind of like, you're too quiet. Why?
Yeah, it's been a lot. And this is our first time talking to each other in a few hours, but not our first time talking to each other in a few hours. So, you know.
Oh shit. And she like kind of turns around and turns around, puts her back to Afyra and goes, "You look up at the ceiling."
I might take a peek. I might take, but it's not
She
just
does
that.
the thing. She looks at, she like glances over her shoulder and is just like, I did too, but like it went away. Why would you?
Well, what did you see?
Oh, I could see that
But-
it's like a reflection of what we're wanting on the inside. It's not
Right.
it's not like her talking in our minds necessarily, but it's
So your desires are there and the reflection of yourself is there, but if you could push deep enough, you could speak to her.
and you,
Spoke to her.
what'd she say?
We said a lot. It was really more so a psycho analyzation of me than it was a conversation.
So
But she is a very lonely individual and confused with a complicated relationship with her father and is trying
Well.
to connect with other people.
it's a tale as
and
old
her-
as time.
Yeah, but here's the thing, her powers, they're way more. And I just pull out the roserite. You know I don't use roserite.
Her eyes go wide and there's like a little, like her ears kind of press back. Where'd you get that?
From her through a mental link and the reflection.
You can see that she's having a moment where, as you're explaining that, she's like checking the dome because she knows that shit's not supposed to happen.
So yeah, I know what you're thinking, what I'm thinking. That shit is not supposed to happen.
Exactly. And she's looking at it, and I guess from looking at this, the quality of the roserite as well is pretty high, pretty.
Yeah, this is that pure cut shit. So he puts it in his satchel again. When I say that she is powerful, I mean really powerful. I don't even. If Soren knew that she was capable of doing that, he would have brought an army into these mines. Now,
Then
Well,
why
that
do you
makes-
pick
Us?
us then?
well, okay, well, don't say it like that. I think.
Well,
think
she's like, you're the one who looks like you nearly wet your britches this morning. So
What? Who?
you're kind of sitting here like talking. Oh, she's powerful.
Okay, all right.
I
First
hear
off,
wet
that's not even how it
britches, wet your britches, and I just like get up and walk away towards 6.
That's not even.
I
I
just
respect
long and
the
short of it,
power.
but
Yes,
respect, right? Mhm.
yes. What does that mean?
I don't know what you mean. All I'm saying is, if that's able to get through this, then we got to really think an approach, because I don't think slapping handcuffs and
No, it's going to have to be a very intense conversation. But speaking of intense conversations, what did you see?
I saw my reflection. I saw it put me in other church robes, which is so blasphemous. Like, you would never
That's-
catch me in those things. That's
Well, hey, you
Mm-mm.
know, born again.
it saw me was looking pretty cool with a shotgun, like I did in my younger years. There's some other stuff, just
Other stuff, not us.
and her just that is a huge flick of the ears, and her nose, like her little like cow like nose just kind of wiggles a bit. It's like, I mean, maybe, but it's just there
Dancing.
were a lot of sharp dancing. Yeah, that's
I'm gonna need a persuasion or deception check there, Delilah, and Clay. You can roll an insight. You don't have to tell us what you're using. Just give us the number.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear.
What'd you get?
Goodness.
Curious.
I got a 15.
Okay, that beats my 9.
Wow, that woman's lying through her teeth, Clay.
Right. Well, I saw us. And, well, I saw a lot of us in a lot of these visions. That was... Okay. Well, okay. To explain, okay, the first one was like a mind
And he's still
deception.
shirtless right now, right? Too.
Yep.
Well,
yes, he is.
Yeah, just one.
There's the eyes
Nope,
down.
DM
and then
overriding.
up.
He's shirtless. I would like that to be shirtless, please.
Okay.
DM requests, no shirt, thank you.
Eyes down and then up.
Okay, well, it was,
Okay, so
yeah. I
And-
mean, we didn't really. I mean,
Oh, no, wait.
No.
It's kind of coming back to her a little bit as well, because of the state he was in the hallway, too. Like, okay. Well,
Yeah,
hey,
well, hey, I mean, hey,
not right now.
hey. Well, yeah, okay.
That
yeah, that's fair.
means, but that like, and you can see that she's like, but that means that this may be more of like tapping into emotions, not just like wants, but like really latching on to feelings and stuff.
Yes, definitely feelings. More specifically, she can't access memories.
She can't.
No, she can't. Well, not in the same sense. If the emotion seems to be connected to a person, then you can create it. And if you're more able to express that emotion with that person, then she can replicate it. But she couldn't create events out of my past and out of my memories until I described it for her.
Good to know. Coffee?
Hey, if you're offering.
I am currently striking up a match to light a cigar next to Six, offering to light one for him as well.
I'm good. Took a double dose yesterday, so I think I'm all right.
Double dose. Okay.
The one right when he gave it to me and the one when we were celebrating, so I should be good for the next few hours.
All right. Do this one alone. And she does kind of like post up just on whatever rock or any like stalagmite area, and just kind of looks out as he was kind of looking out for the party. She's off looking in that direction as well, smoking the cigar, pretty much in silence, but just kind of keeping Six company while she hears a bunch of like giggling and stammering from over in Delilah and Clay's way.
There's a little bit more of an echo because the dome has sort of come down, and you're still in this room that's, you guys, the dark vision is still there because it was 24 hours and you guys haven't been down here for about 24 hours yet. But there's a pinkish glow about this room that sort of reflects off that pool of pink water in the middle of it, and it's quite tranquil.
After overhearing what Clay was saying about his vision, standing next to Afyra, Six is gonna think in his mind, little one, you still here? I have a question.
Give me a persuasion check.
That is 16? No.
You don't hear a response per se, but it almost feels like a yawn in the back of your head.
So, before, when we were in the tunnels, I had seen one of my worst fears come true. And I just need to know, was that from her? Or was that from me? Because you obviously know how to read us, you learn from us, but was that me? Or did you learn that from her?
The voice almost seems to double in your head. It's got that undercurrent of her own voice to it, but it also echoes back with your own. I can't show you things that aren't actually inside of you. That's a fear that you hold.
Back.
But it's very unsettling because, again, it's got that double echo to it. So it was the voice you remember of the girl, but also your own voice.
I'm just gonna look over to Afyra. And then just back out towards where we were looking.
Can I just roll an insight check in general? Okay.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for Six. This is not like
Yeah.
Six.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
acting a lot not like himself, and I'm trying to figure out why.
If you can clock
Being-
what's going on.
Yes.
What'd you get?
Yeah, give me an insight roll.
Kia! Nat 20. And I have a lot of pluses.
I will let Jonny take this, because it feels only right. But, like, it makes sense. You've known Six a very long time.
I'm so glad I got a nat 20 for this.
You've known Six for decades at this point. At least 8 decades. He's when we're traveling together, he's always working to make sure that he has everything all prepped and ready to go for the day. He's very systematic. But today, he's not. He's quiet. He's looking out. Every time that you look to him, you can see him looking towards you and then looking away. And you can see him just looking at his hands a lot more than usual. He's definitely off.
Yeah. I think Afyra takes like a wide swing and stands just like a saloon door, just like swings to stand in front of you and goes, "What are you doing?"
I was just keeping a lookout.
What are you doing?
Currently sitting, looking what's going on. Did I do something? I'm sorry about yesterday. I didn't mean to.
You don't have to apologize for that. You were not in control of that situation. But what I would like an explanation on, if you can scrounge one up in these wee hours of the morning, is what the fuck are you doing? You're shaking, you're twitching, you're avoiding me, you're not acting like you.
I don't know. I just maybe it's a lingering effect of everything around here. You know that I run on Rose Rat, so maybe it's messing with me. And with your insight, you know for sure that he's fucking with you. He's completely lying.
Yeah. I think she's gonna take a deep inhale of the cigar, like a couple of deep puffs, and she'll blow the smoke out past your face, and she'll narrow her eyes at you, and she'll pull up her mask, which she doesn't ever do with you, and she goes, I've never once asked you about being a Warforged. You know that?
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things that I admire about you. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to me because you're 6. You've always been 6. But right now, you're acting like I've never seen you act before, and I've had plenty of time to get a gauge of your baseline there, bud.
Why did you leave? I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable by any means, but said that I knew why, but I don't know. I had some time to think about it a little bit more. Was it me? Did I do something?
No. Actually, yeah. It was you, and it was Delilah. That day I came up out the ground. You were the first person to find me. I nearly had to find your off switch to let me get to the bar. Then Delilah taught me how to talk again, listen. And I realized that kept happening. I kept falling apart and y'all had to keep putting me back together. That wasn't right, wasn't fair.
Why? Why is it not fair? You helped put me back together again.
You don't need my help with that.
But that's not the point. The point is that we're here for each other. We're here to make sure that when we do get knocked down, we get back up. Get better when we get back up.
You feeling better right now?
I'm feeling scared.
Afyra, with your passive perception,
Oh God, don't do this to me.
you can kind of hear behind you like an echoing of Six's voice. I'm feeling scared.
I think reflexively, because I'm standing in front of Six, my arms go out, like my hands go out to your arms real quick. And I go, stock still. I don't want to turn around. I don't want to look at it. What if I get sucked into a mirrorverse? So I'm just looking straight at you. My eyes are wide. And I go, it's happening again. It is happening again. It's the mind thing. No matter what, I would never hurt you. Okay? I swear.
Okay.
Six,
He's
you
gonna
heard it
bring
too.
you. Oh.
No. What?
That
What?
changes things. He looks down.
Delilah and Clay.
Her.
You heard it too.
Oh no.
I should probably put my shirt on.
Yeah. We gotta.
Forgot your shirt was still off.
Yeah, I normally just,
I mean, you're sleeping. It's like we're on the road again.
It's happening. Get it together! She's like shouting backwards at you.
What? We're getting it together. It's fine.
Yeah, we're good. We're not doing nothing.
Six will bring his arms up to yours and then just bring you in to look like behind you.
Give me a perception
Does he see
check.
anything? Okay.
the entire time, Afyra is going into her very familiar freeze mode. So she's getting to the point where like she's shaking and is like, oh no, they're gonna infect my friend again. So she's just whispering like right next to you because you've pulled her in close. Don't look at the ceiling, it's haunted. The ceiling is haunted. There's a little girl in here. She's gonna rip out her eyeballs. I can tell. She's got my lasso. She's got Clay's wand. We're all gonna die in here. Like she's starting to unravel very quickly.
I think that. Oh, go ahead.
He got a 11 on perception, so I'm just gonna say that
Oh, no.
he's trying to look out, but all he's hearing is just Afyra right next to him. And he's just holding on to her, saying, "Shh, it's all right. If anything happens, we know what to do.
All right.
It'll be okay, and we have everybody here together."
Clay's gonna spit on my money. I'm freezing up. I can't do this.
Hey, it's okay. Look at me.
She's like shaking, trying to turn towards you, Delilah.
I think that there would be like just like a glance between her, like where she raises her hand. She's not actively casting anything yet, but it's just like the little glimmer that would be there. Just a familiar, like it's been calm emotions before, because this is not the first time in here.
Yeah.
And just kind of gives like the look of like, do you need a helping hand?
He was pretending to be 6. If it's 6, I can't do it. You please calm me down.
Okay, gotcha. And so she's going to place a hand on Afyra and cast calm emotions.
Question. Is calm emotions a radius or a single target spell?
I think it.
Please, Lord, let it be a radius.
'Tis in fact a radius, my lord.
Yeah.
How big is the radius?
Oh, that's a 20-foot radius, my lord.
Noted. Go ahead. Actually,
what do you actually?
Do you want to enhance the radius?
For a point of corruption?
For a point for how many? How much do I like? Because if this is a radius, it's affecting everyone who's here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Clay's gonna gamble it. He doesn't. He's gonna play Russian
If you want
roulette.
to give me a perception check to see if you can clock where she is first.
Where is she? Okay, yeah.
I was actually gonna ask. Can I make an Arcana check to try to track with the?
Yeah, I'll let you have an Arcana check too.
Again?
But before you decide if you want to burn the corruption point, I'll let you do a perception to see if you can clock her.
Twould love that thing. Oh, nat 20 plus.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah, nat 20 plus 4, 24.
You see, before you get close enough to Afyra, crawling from the ceiling, sort of tucking out of like a little crevasse and a little like cave up top, limbs that are a little bit too long, that like the joints almost look like they're humanoid, but like they're just a point to the where it would hurt to be twisting and bending to hold yourself in that position. That long wet hair, and just like the eyes almost see you exactly, like as you're looking you catch that glint of the crystalline eyes up amongst the mirrors. She's about 120 feet from you, so you would have to take 2 points of corruption to be able to expand the radius of calm emotions enough to also include experiment Romeo.
I believe that she would have a moment there where it's just going to be her initially going to Afyra, but seeing that, she will slip her hand, trying not to alarm others at the same time, because, the calm emotions, we'll get to that part when we get there. She's going to slip her hand down into, like, the pocket of her gown and have her fingertips touch the roserite that's within there as she casts calm emotion, and it will, it's kind of like, instead of it being, I kind of think of it like a gust of air, like just kind of like a breeze that, but instead of just the area immediately around them, you can see, if you see it, you can see the dust kind of goes like up as well, like it hits the wall and splashes up the wall like a wave, and then goes across the ceiling.
Clay, do you want to give me that Arcana to see if you also clock where she's at too?
Oh boy, yeah.
18.
Yeah. Also, you also can clock her too. You also see that little like tucked in cavern where she's sort of, you have to go over it a couple of times to be sure. But like tracing that magical energy, you can see where it's sort of resonating up amongst the crystal. And then you catch that glint of crystalline eyes.
Question, do we have any whiskey?
Probably some down in the
Down to
back.
Afyra.
Would you have packed whiskey?
Hey, I have what you need.
Yeah. A little flask.
The three of you, because Afyra is facing away, watch as this calm emotion spell radiates out in that pink domish, intermixed with the regular sparkles that you're used to seeing with Delilah's magic. But it's got more of a pink hue to it. Clay and Six, you also kind of clock, sort of creeping up Delilah's arm, a spider web of like red veins as that roserite pulse sort of takes hold. And then it slowly fades back. And you watch, and Six, for the first time you see her too, sort of almost quietly, without making a noise, like leaps from the little hole and sort of lands almost in like a crumpled position, but then sort of stands back up again. And there's like a hunch to the way that she stands. That translucent skin, the pulsing crystal pink red veins beneath the surface. The head just sort of shifted to the side with the long, wet, waxy like hair, and the crystal eyes that almost look devoid of color. It sort of stands on the other side of the cavern, about 100 feet away from you guys all now. Between two tunnel points. So there's a tunnel, and then like in the middle on the far side of the cavern is this creature. Human? Experiment? You're not entirely sure what she is.
Hey. Have you come up with a new name yet?
Have you come up with a new name yet?
I think that's a no.
We're not here to hurt you. If you're afraid of that, we'd just like to know what happened. What's the situation? Why are you here?
She sort of straightens herself back out again, and walks sort of closing the distance a little bit to about 50 feet away.
If she's okay with it, I'll walk towards her as well. If she's okay with it. If she like stops by any means, then I won't go forward.
She slows down, but she doesn't stop. How close do you get?
It depends. If he's walking, fuck. I'm also walking.
Oh, are you gonna walk with?
Backwards, yeah.
If you start coming with, I think I wouldn't go then. He would, because he's not gonna put you in that position.
Yeah.
And she's not gonna let you in that position alone.
Of course.
I'm gonna send a tiny map that I drew on my paper to the group chat so you can get a sense of what you're looking at. It's real sketchy. So you guys, there was the little bubble at the bottom. You and Afyra are probably close to that like pool's edge. Romeo is sort of just above the word F in feet.
Okay, so then
She's
I think
about-
I would just go down to that pool.
Yeah.
Just sit down just next to it, move the water with my hand. I'm not here
As
to
you
hurt you.
touch the water, she sort of crouches, almost in like an animalistic kind of way, and just peers across at you.
I'm 6, which you probably already know.
There's a hint of a smile, and then you watch as her eyes, she doesn't move her head, but her eyes flick to each of your friends, and you guys all hear in each of your own voices, I'm 6. They call me Afyra. Well, I'm Delilah. Mr. Deepwater.
No, I don't know what kind of things were done to you. One of my colleagues, Mr. Deepwater, said that you're quite lonely and you're just looking to learn. We're here to help.
I want to understand.
Understand what? And he'll just take a step forward.
As you take a step forward, she sort of takes a step towards you, starting that arc of going around a little bit of the crystal pool. And there's a hesitation before she opens her mouth to speak again. Everything is loud.
Well, I think there's something that we might be able to do with that. I'll look back to Delilah and just say, Delilah, can you make it quiet?
I can make it very quiet, but let me see.
There's like she sort of like reaches up to the sides of her head and grabs it. She's like, no, it's not. It's loud here. And like touches the sides of her head.
Do you hear us?
Everybody wants so many things. It's confusing to see through it all.
And you're trying to understand what they want?
Some people want love, and some people want revenge, and some people want to be happy, and some people want... And there's a look of confusion on her face. I think they want me.
I had this experience a long time ago. I didn't quite understand people and their thoughts and their actions and how they go about their day and how they speak to each other. There's rules to those things, and what do they want? I understand what you're going through. It can be confusing. It can be very confusing.
I think you want me too.
What do you mean?
There's so many voices, there's so many people. I can... She looks utterly confused because it's been a while since she's been this calm. And it's almost like she's being able to sort through the little pieces of information for the first time in a long time.
Talk it out. What are you thinking? Maybe we can help.
It's messy. I don't know how to
People are
explain.
messy.
There's so many There's so many different voices, and everyone just... I don't understand why people do things that make them hurt.
Well, there is a very quick glance that Six has towards Afyra. Some people just have a difficult time letting go and allowing themselves to feel happy. It's safer for them to stay in the ways that they've always known. For some people, they never learn that there's more than just pain. And it's unfortunate. And I feel like you might be along those lines. Am I right?
She closes the distance a little more, so she's about 25 feet away from you and Afyra specifically. And she's just hasn't taken her eyes off of Afyra. Is just still looking at her and almost like she's studying her. And then her eyes sort of flit to Delilah and Clay in the back.
Oh,
why are you
I'll
all
look to.
here?
Well, Six looks back to see if anybody.
Yeah. Well, you want the truth, or you want one of those little white lies that don't hurt the feelings?
Her eyes sort of narrow at you, and echoing back in your own voice, you just hear, "Well, I feel like you're going to tell me whatever the fuck you feel like telling me."
Exactly. You see, we're getting along so well. Well, if we're being perfectly honest, your father's looking for you.
That familiar, almost rattlesnake sound, like hiss, like almost exits her without her even. It doesn't even seem like it's like an active choice to do it, and she sort of skitters back a couple of feet.
But
Oh, wait.
but
Well, hold
Oh,
on.
wait.
I'm just saying. I was just saying the truth. Your father's looking for you. Now, I think
Give me a
we can all...
perception check.
why?
Yeah,
Why?
don't worry about it.
Because we're getting too close to peace. That's why.
That's a 19.
You watch as she skitters back. It almost looks like roserite starts to bloom from the sockets of where her eyes are. Little bits of crystal start to like poke their way out.
Like I was saying, I think all of us here are in agreement as a part of our little posse that we don't like that option for you.
It's true. I can see that you've been through a lot. I've met a lot of people who have been through a lot. And I find myself to be a little bit of a helper. I can't always speak for them, but I know that I just want to help. And she puts her hand out, almost like if you're trying to, whether with like an animal or just like a kind of a calming gesture, like an outreach, very gentle with calm emotions that has happened, and is looking
Give
like,
me persuasion with advantage because of the calm emotions.
I believe.
This is literally just Afyra's time to shut up.
that is a 15.
I would like to use my flash of genius to bump that up to a 20. And by doing so, the way that he would do that is to just, as he was just getting closer, as close as he could, he looked to Afyra and just said, like under his breath, you can come with me, just get behind me. When he puts his hands out and says, we've all felt like life is confusing, maybe unwanted, maybe neglected. Let us help you. And that is how he's gonna help.
She sort of relaxes ever so slightly and starts to, very much like an animal, sort of walk, crawl on all 4 of her limbs. And you guys can fully see as she's moving just how extended they are. For what she lacked in height in your visions, she seems so much longer and more lithe and willowy, like a good breeze would blow her away. And the hair sort of hangs sort of limp on either side of her face. Those joints still ever so slightly twisted a little bit too far to be comfortable for an average person. And just as her hand starts to touch Delilah's, Afyra, with your passive perception, you hear the sound of a gunshot echoing from out of a hallway. And walking into the room, you see a figure that Afyra would probably recognize as Iron Tooth Vala of the Black Vein Cartel enters, flanked by 3 gunslingers, and looks across this very large room at the 4 of you guys clustered on the far side of a pool. And then very quickly sort of shouts, "Oh, well, I see my work's been done for me. Hand over the experiment and I'll even let you choose which leg I shoot."
I hold up my hands. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, cowpoke.
And
all be
Afyra,
reasonable.
you fully recognize this person. This is Sneed's boss.
I've walked with canonically with 6. I am a little closer to the little rattlesnake.
Mhm.
Immediately, as soon as I realize that, I am going to jump all the way in front of her, and I'm going to change into her.
Okay. Like, you're gonna leap from... How far can you jump?
How far
'Cause
do I
they're on
need to
the-
jump, Your Honor?
About 100 feet.
No, to get to the girl I was just... They
Oh, to
were
get to
just
the girl?
talking
Romeo.
to? Yeah.
Romeo. Yeah, Romeo's
Little
over sort of...
rattlesnake.
Romeo's near you and Delilah and Clay. She's sort of in that little bubble cluster with all of you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm jumping in front of her and looking immediately like her. Clothes, skin, the little roserite veins under the eyes, all of it.
Give me an initiative roll. Just you
Okay.
specifically. Because I want to see if Vala clocks who you are before you get a chance to do that.
Gonna be hard to do with a 30, ain't it? Yeah, let's get them, boys.
She got a 26, so she was very close.
Bam. Very close.
What the heck?
What the hell? You shift. Do any of you guys do anything to sort of hide or cloak Romeo in any capacity when you see Afyra leaping to do this?
I was going to, if that's okay.
I'm walking
I'm going to
forward.
cast invisibility on her.
I was about to say I was going to cast Sanctuary.
You can
On
cast
Romeo?
invisibility on her if you want. I
was going
them
to cast
come after
Sanctuary
me.
on Romeo.
Okay, so
Just in
go
that
ahead
whole idea of that being there, goodwill kind of deal.
and drop your sanctuary on Romeo, and then you drop invisibility on her. Cool. So almost
I'm
simultaneously.
just gonna think to her. I'm gonna think to her. You don't need to run. Just get up. And then he's gonna like point up to the roof, the ceiling.
Like where she came from.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's
cool.
thinking this, just saying, you don't need to run. Just get out of range, basically.
Cool. And Vala just sort of looks across as all of this goes down really, really quickly, and just cocks the gun.
Whew. Now, who do I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we on speaking terms? And she just
I would
holds the
love to be.
revolver across.
I'd recommend it, and then I'll turn my hand into an arm cannon.
Whoa, 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 whoa. There is no need to resort to violence. As you can see, I am an unarmed individual here. As I slowly take another step forward.
Oh,
Now.
no one with that much braggadocious behavior is unarmed. When they're talking to a person holding a gun, you brought spells to a bullet fight, didn't you?
No, I do have a gun too, but that's for special occasions. So, you want the girl.
I want things that I get to hold over people. And when something is, and she like leans over looking past you at Afyra, because Afyra is now sort of cosplaying as Romeo. Just looks over and just goes, and that particular creature is quite interesting.
She's not a creature.
Calm it down there. Half.
Oh, it's all or nothing, sweetheart. I tend to leave with my quarry.
Okay.
And you hear the sound of like 3 other people cocking their guns at you.
Okay,
She got 3 dudes with her.
All right. 6, I know. Just bring the girl. 6, just bring the goddamn girl.
Afyra, with your perception, your passive, you don't quite see it, but you can almost hear the skittering of Romeo climbing back up into her little cave.
Good.
6 is going to bring Afyra with him, if Afyra is allowing it, just to where Clay is, and just gonna say, I can pop you behind them if you want me to. But just holding Afyra next to him.
I see.
I'm gonna need a performance check from Afyra to see how well you're pulling off the charade.
Oh, I'm so helpless. Oh, no, please don't take me hostage, Mr. Warlord Bounty Hunter. Oh shit, what's my performance? It's a 17 total.
I'll flash of genius this. Just to make sure that there's an extra 5 on that. And the way that he's going to do that is, I think he's going to pull on her a little bit.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
And
I'll
he's gonna...
super sell it by like going to a knee as you yank, so it looks more forceful than it is.
And he'll just, right when that happens, he'll just give you like a little squeeze from his hand. Just like a little tender, like, I'm sorry.
As that moment happens, too, because this would have been happening roughly where Romeo was, and she's going to, Delilah's going to, with the jostling of that movement, kind of like brush her hand across where Afyra is, and Afyra is going to feel a familiar sensation of Delilah's vigilant blessing. So as an action, you give a creature you touch advantage on the next initiative roll the creature makes.
Hell yeah.
Is it concentration?
That is not. That is a feature, baby.
Okay, cool.
Feature, baby.
A feature, baby. The benefit ends immediately after the roll, or if you use the feature again. So if this don't go into fight, your next initiative roll is that.
Yeah. I hear you 6 saying that you can get Clay behind them if he needs to. And so I think that's the plan, and I think that's the signal. So you'll see my eyes nervously darting between Clay and up there where they are, like back and forth. I don't need to go. I'm just waiting for the moment that everything kind of pops off.
Okay.
There's like a hint of a smile on Valet's face. She goes, okay, so we're in agreement. You leave the experiment, I take it, and you get to keep, I guess, the brains in your skull?
Well, that's it. We don't get anything. Finder's fee. Come on.
How much?
Even people like us have a code.
How much do you want?
How
Enough
much
to
roserite
get
you got?
You want roserite? Look
You
at this
think I just
fancy
run on
ass
food?
Refined roserite.
You can just knock off a chunk of this shit that she made in here.
Wait, she made this?
But then I have to go through all the.
Didn't you do any research before you got
Refining
set
and-
on this goddamn mission?
Okay. To be perfectly honest, no, they just told us to come down here and find her.
Oh. So the
Yeah,
church just
so-
sent you as a bunch of
We're
you're just being
we're the
used
guys.
as lackeys.
Yeah, so we were the guys who got sent in to find it. Y'all were the ones who are actually bringing it in.
Oh no, there's been rumors going on for a couple of days now that one of Soren's pets got loose. And
She's not a pet.
she
Anyways,
looks over at Afyra. I don't know. Well, it certainly ain't fucking human. Not anymore.
Doesn't mean she's not a pet.
Humanoid.
Doesn't mean she's a pet.
I think we're gonna take what we're after, and I'm gonna give you the grace of getting to keep breathing. How's that sound to you?
6. How's that sound to you?
Sounds like we better watch our backs. And I'll look over to Clay.
Sounds like it. And I put my hand up my revolver.
And I will cast Vortex Warp and bring Clay on the other side of the group to initiate this battle.
Period.
Give me an initiative roll.
Let's do it.
I believe.
Hey, that's pretty good. 17.
17 for 6.
Is this an ability check? No, it's an initiative roll.
It's an initiative
like
roll.
A specific thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not
7.
bad. 7 for Delilah?
Yeah, that was not great.
Cool.
You were not looped into the plan. were you?
No, I think she this is trying to do that thing where you're paying attention to one too many things at the same time. And yeah, we're gonna go with that because I think there's another thing that'll need to happen.
Got a 15 and a 22 for those dudes. Clay, what you got?
Dirty 20.
Daddy 20.
Must be
Afyra,
Hey.
what's your stupid high number?
It's a 27.
Let's
Super
go.
villain ass.
Love it.
And for my next trick,
Okay,
Superman.
so Vortex Warp, just so I can make a mental note of it. Where are you sending Clay on that little map I sent you in Discord?
We're putting them right behind
You can-
whatever her name is.
Yeah, you can put me right in.
Oh, behind her?
Yeah, you
Right
can do that.
behind her. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Oh, we're
cool.
flanking.
Flanking
In the tunnel. In the tunnel. And shocking absolutely nobody, Afyra gets to go first.
What?
Let's go, dude.
This has
With-
never happened before.
with several of my baddies immediately afterwards.
Nice.
Several of them, huh?
Several.
Okay. Okay. And then I just go?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's your turn. What you got?
Okay. I think what I'm gonna do is immediately, as soon as Clay is bamfed away, I stand up from like my coward, lanky position, and my hand goes to my hip for my lasso. I think I'm gonna cast my bonus action, Zephyr Strike. And how far away are they? You said 70 feet? Or
You
100
guys are
feet?
closer. You're closer now because you guys walked up to them, so you've got maybe like 20 feet between you and Vala.
I'll do it from here. I'll go ahead and I'm gonna take out my lasso and use it like a whip, and I am going to do chromatic orb on top of it while giving myself advantage on this attack to add my sneak attack to it.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming you're targeting her specifically.
Yeah, I'm getting at the V.
At the V.
Oh my god! This is so fun! I got a nat 20!
Let's go.
Wait, what do you do, crits?
Max damage. Roll on top. Add the modifier afterwards. So like
When you
don't
say
get
max
to-
damage, are you talking about sneak attack too?
Yeah. 'Cause you said you were gonna
Okay,
sneak
so
attack
we're
it.
starting out with 58 damage. Should
Yeah.
I roll? Okay.
Yeah. Then roll on top.
Okie dokie.
That's the school stuff.
This is
Here-
one of the
here goes
lead
everything.
members of the cartel. She's got a couple of hit points.
Okay.
This is just a few.
Just a couple.
I'm so happy right now.
Okay. Now, this is the worst part. This is my nightmare. The math.
What are you talking about? That's the best part of D&D.
Okay. That is 20, 30, 32 plus 4 is 36
Mhm.
plus the 58.
Okay.
And then
Hold on.
I'm going to take a second
36
attack.
minus the 58.
4.
Cool. Go for it.
Okay. This one is much less likely, and I won't get my sneak attack damage on this, but that is an 18 to hit.
Misses.
Ooh, she turf. Okay. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then I will deal. I think you see this lasso come out, and it has that wave of a whip go through it like a frequency, and crackling around it from the very handle is a burst of lightning. And if you've ever looked closely at Afyra's lasso or whip, you've seen that it is braided with spell scrolls inside. And that's how her chromatic orb just kind of makes itself come alive as it strikes this person for a bunch of badass lightning damage. And Afyra is going to keep the visage up as well
Okay, cool.
of Romeo. And that'll be my turn.
At the end of your turn, she's going to
Yeah.
take a legendary action to shoot back at you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Does a... Hold on. No, I have to do math. Does a 27 hit you?
No.
Yep, hits me right in the body.
Nope, definitely not.
Need one more of those. Plus 6, plus 5. It's going to be 17 points of piercing. And then I need a dex save of 16.
Okay. I pass.
Oh, I rolled very good on that. Okay, you watch as the second your lasso sort of like detracts. Is that what it does?
Yeah. It
Yeah.
detracts. Yeah.
Yeah. She's just gonna take a look at you. Just go, oh, absolutely the fuck not, and hold up one of her pistols, fire at you. And the second that bullet impacts Afyra, you watch as it explodes against her, and you're gonna take an additional 9 points of fire damage that was already halved.
Can I? Actually, I'm not going to use that. Okay, I'll eat that, and I'll half the first part of the damage, just the piercing, with my little rogue whatchamacallit. My nonsense.
Uncanny dodge.
Yes, thank you. I had a brain fart there.
At the end of her legendary action, then going to take her turn and do a multi-attack with you and fire 3 ranged attacks with Hell and Hollow.
Okay.
That's
This is fun.
Guys, I'm having so much fun. Does a natural 20 for a 31 hit you?
No, silvery barbs.
Oh, you're already doing it. Okay.
I got you.
Cool. Well, mine doesn't use a spell slot. Does yours use a spell slot?
Does, yeah. But
Okay,
I have
so then
2
keep
other attacks coming at me as well.
True.
So hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna so as a silvery barbs coming from my guy, I'd
from
like
the robot?
to. Yeah, I would like to throw like. Maybe I have like this like small spider robot that I throw forward and it like lands on her to like throw her off so that she doesn't get that crit. Hopefully.
Okay.
Because Jesus, you'll have to roll again and make.
I did. I rolled a 19 on the die, so it's only a 30 to hit.
Yes, that does hit.
Cool.
As long
First
as
one
it's not
hits.
crit damage.
Roll
I
on the
could
second
be
one.
alright.
Second one's also not. 28 to hit.
Yes, that'll hit.
Last one. Natural 1. I'm going to use controlled aim to re-roll it. 25 to hit.
That does hit.
Cool. I'm going to need 3 dex saves. DC
Okay.
16.
You got it.
And I'm going to do math for Pearson.
The first one saves. The second one saves. Wait, sorry, what is the DC? I have no, never mind. This one saves. It's a wait.
Cool.
Yes, this one saves. That's math. Sorry. All 3 save, but I'm still taking a lot of damage. Hoo-yah!
You're going to take 42 points of piercing.
Mm-hmm.
And now I got to do the fire. Plus 1. Plus 2. Plus 4. Plus 3. Plus 4. Plus 3. Plus 4. Divided by 2 because you saved. And 15 points of fire.
I'll take it.
So she very quickly, in rapid succession, pulls out both of her pistols and just fire. And you guys watch as like 3 explosions happen against Afyra, all very quickly at once. And then she sort of turns to look at 6 because she watched that silvery barbs, and she's going to use her bonus action to force you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh yeah, you can do that.
DC 16.
That is a 13.
You're gonna be stunned for one round. Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. You're
Right.
welcome. And that will bring us to 2 of her 3 gunslingers. Who are gonna use? They just have a single rifle, and they're gonna take both take shots at Clay.
Question, GM.
Answer.
Would I have possibly had a chance to activate my blade song, knowing that we were going to pull off these shenaniganeries?
I would think you would have had time to pop it off. I'll allow that.
Much obliged.
Does an 18 hit you?
That misses.
Does a 21 hit you?
I'll cast shield.
Oh, these don't have the thing, so I can't bypass your shield. So yeah, they both turn. 2 of the guys turn, and fire the rifles at you. No purchase they find, which will bring us to Clay. What you got?
Awesome. I will use my action to summon what looks like a massive railroad spike. That's like this purple, like psionic railroad spike. I kind of toss it up in the air, flip my revolver around, and use the butt of my revolver to smack it into Val's head as I cast psychic lance.
Psychic lance. Give me an attack roll.
It is not an attack
Oh,
roll.
it's a save?
It's a DC 18 intelligence saving throw.
17 on the die, plus 2 for a 19.
Just there, dude.
Just there.
Let's see, on a successful save, they take half as much damage.
Okay. And you said it is psychic?
Yes.
I'm not going to make you roll it. As you watch that psychic lance pierce, you notice it doesn't seem to have purchase.
Yeah, that makes sense. Came prepared.
Fair enough. Then I will move within 5 feet of Val.
Cool. You are able to do so.
And that'll end my turn.
Fantastic. That'll bring us to 6, who is stunned. But at the end of your turn, you get a chance to roll to see if you can break it, I believe. Or is it just stunned until the end of the round? I think it doesn't specify on my thingy that I made.
That would have been a success. So from the DC. So.
Yeah, so you won't have to wait. You'll get your reactions, basically. You'll be able to use your reaction.
Yeah, that's fine. Totally cool.
But yeah, and it'll reset because you already used your reaction to fucking cast shield. So boom, there you go.
Yep, that's why I couldn't do a flash of genius and actually fucking do it. But that's all right. It's fine. I don't care.
That'll bring us to Gunslinger B, who, seeing that 6 has just broken out of his little hold, is gonna fire at him instead. Does a dirty 20 hit you?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it.
This one says 9 points of piercing damage to you.
Cool.
That will bring us to Romeo's turn. And I need... Ooh, how in control is she at this moment?
Very.
They're chilling. Like
She's stable currently. And you guys can hear those who know she went skittering can hear that last little bit of her reaching her little purchase, and like the skittering of something climbing on the walls. You can't see her, but you know that she followed the directions and has tucked herself up in that little hidey hole, good and proper. Which will bring us to the bottom of the round with Delilah.
Yay!
But the best of the round.
Yay!
Thank you.
With Afyra on deck.
Sweet. So, for my first trick, I believe that she is going to... It's between sleep and command. Command didn't work first 0.5, so I was nervous. Yeah, you know what? Let's do command, because then I can do it by the number of people. I can upcast to the number of targets I want. I want to command... There's 3 bad guys. There's 3 gunslingers, or just 2 gunslingers?
3 gunslingers and the boss. Ooh, also, Afyra, with that level of damage taken, roll me a con save, please. I want to see if you can maintain looking like Romeo after taking that much damage.
Sure. That is a 15 on the die plus, sorry, it's 3, 18.
I'm gonna say that you're able to keep up that performance and still maintain that shit.
I do have a lot of damage, those, and I feel like I got a lot of body shots with those exploding bullets, so I'll say that it's like I allow myself to start letting go of the pieces that are covered by clothing. So like underneath it, it's just Afyra basically down here. Barely buried under is the changeling still.
Noted. What you got, Delilah?
Okay, I think I'm gonna do command on. I definitely want to do it on the boss.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna upcast it to. Third gives me the target +2, so that'll be 2 of the gunslingers.
You can burn a piece of roserite to get all of them if you wanted to.
That would give me 4.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'll do hickeys. You know what? YOLO. I got something that might be able to help myself later. Maybe. We'll find out. All right. Yeah, she's gonna do that.
What does it look like as Delilah takes a level of corruption?
Much in the same way that her magic has always kind of manifested in like sparkles. She kind of, as she starts to use any of her magic, there's always been this glow, just kind of like a faint moonlight kind of glow. It has that strawberry moon color to it, where it's the faintest hint of pink, like the eclipse setting in on the moon. And she looks at them, sends her hand forward, and she's going to tell them to drop, so that they can try and drop their weapons.
What save do you need from me?
I need 17 wisdom save.
Okay, we're gonna do the gunslingers first. Gonna double check, but I don't think any of them have anything. They don't. So with a 5, a 13, and a 7, all of the gunslingers drop their guns.
Let's go.
Delilah, natural 20.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, that works.
No, silvery bard, silvery bard, silvery
baby.
bard.
That's my girl.
Natural 1.
17 on the die, +2 for a 19.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Boo.
who his,
She holds
Silvery
her
barbs.
weapon. Are you gonna silvery barbs
I'm
again?
kidding. I'm kidding.
No. Okay.
I would
Oh,
like
also,
to,
who did you
since
pass
I
your
can-
advantage to?
Yeah. Oh, did you have advantage too?
Right. Forgot about that.
All right, to throw the advantage.
Yeah.
I would have given my advantage to Afyra back then. I totally forgot that it gives
Yeah.
advantage.
Yeah.
So
And
just
we haven't gotten
and
back to
I
her
would
yet,
be-
so like you still
yeah.
have it.
And I would have given mine just now to the silvery barbs I tried to do to Delilah.
Okay.
cool.
Okay.
Cool. Is that all you got, Delilah?
No, because what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, with my bonus action, where is it? I gotta keep scrolling. Where are you at? Oh, there you are.
Yep.
Bonus action, hidden step. Yeah, so I am going to
Go.
turn invisible
Okay.
until the start of my next turn. And I've not done any of my movement yet. So through that, I am going to get myself into like looking at where we were. I'm going to scootaloot myself. Trying to figure out where. Okay, this is the more updated one with the. Yeah. I'm gonna scootaloot myself close to kind of around on the other side of where Clay is, but I am trying to get myself within my healing range for my posse.
Okay.
I be scooting.
Cool. I will mark that on my little map. And then at the end of your turn, she's going to use her last legendary action of the round to... you watch as she like reaches up to her gun and squeezes a pink glowing crystal on it and disappears from sight.
Ooh, cool.
And then I'm going to mark on my little map where she went.
You want to take an updated picture of the map real quick so that we know where everybody is?
No, I will not.
and-
I will not.
All right.
Oh, yeah, like, you know what? Hey, the
I was just trying to figure out
fuzzy
where
over
Clay
here. Can we
is.
get another?
I was trying to figure out where Clay is.
Clay's
and,
trying to figure out where Clay is.
Clay is still at the entrance of that tunnel, with Delilah invisibly behind him, the 3 gunslingers in front of you who have all dropped their weapons on the ground, with 6 and Afyra about 20 feet away in front of you. And that will bring us to the top of the round and Afyra's turn.
I think Afyra would talk shit.
Hell yeah.
What are you saying?
I don't want her to, but honestly, she would though. I think seeing the leader blip out of sight, Afyra is gonna go, "Oh, now that ain't fair. Get out here and die like a brave one."
Do you say it like Afyra?
I'm gonna do a wisdom save for myself. Well, that's an 18. Okay, no. I'm gonna try and do it in that creepy little double speak. Because if I've heard the voice, I can do it.
Yeah, you've heard the voice, so you can do it. Yeah. It's more to
Let's
see if you can control
go.
yourself in this moment. Because again, you do fully know who this person is. And
Yeah.
you are fairly certain if she were to see you, she would know who you are too.
Yeah.
So the
but
fact
I
that you
also
shifted-
know, and I also know if I kill her, one person in particular will be real upset about that. And that's all that matters to me. They gotta die. So I'm trying to antagonize them to show themselves so
Okay.
that I can make that happen.
Yeah. As you antagonize her, oh god, there's things I want to say, but I can't say because she doesn't know it's you yet. I shit you not, I have like a list. I have a list of things.
Hell yeah.
And we're
That's
gonna have
just
a
how I
conversation about that separately. But as of right now,
She doesn't say anything in response to you. She's gonna maintain her level of hiddenness.
fine. I'll go ahead and, since me being a little shit doesn't count as an action, I will instead. There's still 3 gunslingers up there and up, correct?
Yes, they're currently unarmed, and you haven't fired at any of them.
Well, let's change that up. I'll fire at all of them.
Nice.
You see a spectral hand come up, and as Afyra fully turns away from the 3 behind her, now she's scanning the area for any signs of like skittering rock or maybe an odd shadow across a roserite like reflective surface, looking just for the leader. But magic missile goes off, and it's gonna hit every single one of them.
How much damage are each of my little dudes taking?
I don't know. I gotta roll some d4s. Ask somebody else what they're doing.
So, one of the things that I learned is that you're supposed to roll 1d4, and that's supposed to be the damage for all of the missiles.
Oh.
That's how the spell reads. Not that that's like what
I
you're supposed to
hate
do in
that.
like
That's
rules lawyering,
stupid.
but like I know that's what I said too. I was like, no, fuck that. We're gonna roll every single time.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's stupid, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's not fun. Let me roll a bunch of d4s.
Exactly.
The first one.
And it is worded kind of
4
weird.
on the second one.
Right. It's
Because
worded
it says
like it
a
seems.
dart deals 1d4 plus 1 damage
Yeah.
to the target.
Yeah.
The darts all strike simultaneously.
Yeah.
Come
Uh,
let a brother roll again.
So how many darts do you have?
I have 4 darts.
Okay, so on the map they're literally GGG, but it's A,
Yeah.
B, C. So let me know which one you give which to.
Okay. The one closest to Clay is getting 2 of the darts.
Okay.
And those, I'll give them the darts that had the max damage, and they each are +1. So 4 + 4 + 1 + 1 is 10.
10. So 10 points of damage to him.
Mm-hmm. The other one
Cool.
is 2 + 1, so 3. And the
3.
final is another 2 + 1, so 3.
So 3. Excellent. She is going to, at the end of your turn, unless you got anything else you got.
Yeah. I'm gonna run a little. Use some movement.
Where you running to?
They're up on like a little ledge cliff, correct? The shooter or the ones that just dropped their guns?
They are at the entrance to the tunnel, so they're not like on a cliff, but it's just a tunnel
Okay.
entrance. So they're on the same level as you.
Oh, okay. Then if I have the movement, please let me know if I do. I'd like to dart behind like a stalagmite or something like that, using my movement, and then I'm gonna bonus action hide.
Okay.
Because
I would
I'm not gonna
say
stand out in the open if she's
there's-
not gonna stand out in the open.
There's a stalagmite sort of up near that you can get to, just below the 2 in the word 120, that you could hide behind.
Yeehaw. Yeah, I'll head back that way, and I'll hide behind one of those, and I'll end my turn with that movement and bonus action.
Fantastic. She's going to move on her turn invisibly.
I can hear you.
She's moving on her turn.
She's moving on her turn, and she is... and she's gonna hold her action to fire off with Hell and Hollow when she chooses to. And that'll bring us to the 2 of the gunslingers who are going to pick up their weapons. They have to use their whole action to pick up their fucking gun.
Aha!
What? I don't want to rules lawyer.
What you
but
got? What you got?
Command happens at the beginning of their turn.
Oh, cool.
That's when they drop their weapon. Yeah.
Cool. So at the top of their turn, gun drops.
And then they lose that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they will. Yeah. So I guess they have to spend their turn dropping their gun and then immediately picking up their gun, which will bring us to Clay with 6 on deck.
Hey, that's me. Quick question. Using my passive investigation of a 19, would I know if this location that we are in is capable of withstanding a fireball?
I am also wondering this for a friend.
Twinsies.
Okay. With your passive investigation,
Of a 19.
you spent the night here. You know
Looking
there's a
up at the
lot.
wall.
There's a lot of stalagmites above you. You're pretty sure if you drop a fireball in this place, you're gonna send a bunch of those stalagmites down, crashing around you and your friends, potentially hitting them as well.
Okay, that's
So,
fair
like,
enough.
You could drop it, but there's gonna be a chance you're gonna cause some debris and rubble to fall down and maybe hit some of your buddies.
Gotcha. That is perfectly fine. I will adjust accordingly. I will raise up my hand, and sand will begin to gather around and take the shape of my own hand as I cast Bigby's hands and do an uppercut at one of the gunslingers.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. Which one are you taking a shot at? A, B, or C?
You know what? C, he was looking at me the wrong way. C's gonna get it.
Truly.
C is
Hit-
about to fucking get it.
Punch that
C was
gunslinger.
seeing
That's
you
it.
the wrong way.
That's a 28 to hit.
Yeah, that fucking hits.
All right.
You sure?
Yes, Johnny, I'm sure.
Hey, we have to have a little bit of fun too. We do the same thing to us.
Okay, so that's gonna be 48. Here, save time. That's gonna be 25 points of force damage, and he does like that Looney Tunes, like he winds up the punch and then.
Yeah.
25 points.
Why I oughta?
Why I oughta?
Why I
Why I
oughta.
oughta? You got anything else there, love?
I think I'm just going to run away my 40 feet.
Excellent.
Yeah.
You are
towards-
gonna take. Ooh, no, because they're all ranged shooters, so they don't really have anything with which to cut you with as you run past. So where on the map are you heading to?
Let me look back at this map. The opposite direction of the entrance I'm at.
The opposite direction. So all the way down to the other entrance, effectively, as far as you can get?
Yes.
Okay.
With my 40 feet.
With your 40 feet. So about halfway. So you're back like near 6.
Gotcha.
Cool. This looks like chicken scratch on my paper, and I'm going to send it to you guys when we're done. At the end of your turn, she's going to use 2 of her legendary actions to make have one of her dudes make a single ranged attack at you as you run. And I'm going to make it C, because you just fucking punch the shit out of him. That feels correct.
But he can't pick up...
He picked up his gun on his turn.
It was drops the weapon, and that ends their turn.
Drops weapon, that ends their turn?
That's, drops weapon. Yeah, command has...
Her, then she won't be able to do that.
Yeah, the target drops whatever it is holding and then ends its turn.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Not
Yes, ma'am.
Just gotta have like...
Respect. Respect is due. Thank you for clocking me on that. That'll bring us to 6. With the last gunslinger who's still holding his gun and has to wait till his turn to drop it on deck.
So would I had my I had my turret at the end of the day yesterday.
Yeah.
But it lasts until the long rest. Would that be okay if I still have it, or should I use an action to open it up?
You long rested.
It's fine if it's that.
You long
That's
rested.
cool.
So yeah, you gotta use an action to open that sucker back up.
So then I will instead cast haste.
Well, here's the thing.
On myself.
Here's the thing. If we're gonna have this conversation, if you want to have your little turret and not burn your action on it, take a little corruption.
No, I think I'll just do haste for now. I think I'll do haste for now.
Johnny, you want to try some death sticks?
You want to have a little crystal?
Y'all don't understand. So I will cast haste, and I will use my regular action I will open up the pelvic plate, and then out comes the spider turret. I will place it back, and then I will do a bonus action to force ballista.
Okay.
Let's see.
C looks the worst if you're trying to judge who looks the worst.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And that is 6, 9. Nice. 13 damage.
13 damage. He's looking pretty
and then they get
rough.
pushed back 10 feet into the wall.
Yeah, so he gets pushed back into the wall. I'm going to say he's going to take an additional d6 of bludgeoning from smacking the wall. So that'll be another 3 points of bludgeoning on him. He's looking really not well.
Oh, sorry, +5.
+5?
Aha! +5. Kill him.
My bad.
Still up, but just barely.
Cool.
Oh,
Amazing.
sorry for shouting kill him, just in case he's looking at me next.
Is that all you got?
And then I think he'll, let me look at the map real quick. So we don't know where she is.
Nope.
Clay went over there. Fear was there. That's me. I'm going to rush them. I'm going to rush forward.
Okay.
Fireball.
Get all up in their grill.
That's all I'm saying.
Next is Gunslinger B, who drops his gun and ends his turn. And then we're at Romeo, who's going to make a roll to see if she maintains control. I love poetry. There is a silence in this hustle of burst of chaos that just pulled itself out. That has erupted in a quick hasten of gunfire and chaos. And there's a level of, like, for a split second you forget what you're here to do. You're focused on, like, we have to deal with these people so we can deal with the next thing. And you guys almost don't clock it, except for Afyra, who clocks it first because your fucking passive perception's so goddamn high. You start to hear that rattlesnake in the back of your head again. And then almost generating from that point where you know she went to hide, you see this pulse of pink energy burst out. I need literally everyone on the battlefield to make a wisdom saving throw. The DC's
Totally.
the
No doubt.
DC's nasty. I will preemptively tell you that. So if you have something you want to do to bump what you get, you might want to pitch it.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, I'm gonna do a want to? Yeah, I'll do a flash of genius. And immediately when I start to hear that, one of my my ear processors, like the sound processors, close up completely, and then I think he closes his eyes and just steals himself. Pun intended.
All of the gunslingers failed.
Okay, that's a
these-
21. Sorry.
Does it
Except for-
have to be a reaction?
You would have to burn your reaction to get a bump that you need.
Okay. Well, I have no reactions, but I was gonna pitch a cool thing.
Oh no, pitch a cool thing, but I'm saying you'd have to burn your reaction to do your cool thing.
It's a spell.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am situated. I know some folks have moved, and I was like roughly behind where Afyra 6 has charged forward.
Yeah,
Clay
you
has
have-
moved back.
You have 6 about 25 feet from you. Clay's about 45 feet from you. Afyra's a solid 70.
I'm hidden.
And hidden.
and
so you
hidden.
can't see Afyra.
Well, I'm currently invisible, so so if I do this,
Yeah,
it
so-
drops my invisibility.
Yeah,
but
so you can see 6 in Clay, you cannot see Afyra.
Also, sorry, just remembered. I'm concentrating on haste. Invisibility goes down.
Oh, so she's visible. Cool, noted.
But she's tucked up and away.
She's tucked in her little shadows,
Correct,
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, if Afyra is out of that range, I have a 30-foot range, and I would like to drop Beacon of Hope. So
Okay.
I'll drop by casting a spell. I end up losing Hidden Step.
Yeah.
But the spell bestows hope and vitality. Choose any number of creatures within range. For the duration, each target has advantage on wisdom saving throws and death saving throws and regains the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing.
Are you trying to get yourself and 6 or 6 and Clay? Or do you want to take a point of... If you want any... Yeah, but it's within 30 feet. So I'm saying you'd have to drop it between you and 6 to get you and 6, or drop it between 6 and Clay to get 6 and Clay. Because Clay is 45 feet from you.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
I'm looking at an old map. You could send me an updated one if you wanted.
Yeah, that way we can, know
That
where
way we can see
everybody
exactly
is.
where everyone is,
know.
right?
Yeah,
if you could just...
I can do that.
I mean, I'll let you know right now. Clay's just gonna wink at you,
Huh?
and then Val's gonna fly down and just try to cover his ears. He's got
Hell yeah.
somebody.
There you go. Updated map.
You
You can zoom out a little bit.
you know what? I can't really see
Zoom out
where
a
I
little
might be.
And
so,
they say
like-
modern art is dead.
They say modern art is dead.
Isn't that glorious chicken scratch chaos? I love it.
Now this is contemporary.
No.
I'm
well,
trying to
that's
see where.
fine.
You know what? Clay. Cool.
It's one of those reassuring winks, like I got this.
Like, and
I'll
I
be
got
even-
this.
and
I
I'll
got
be
this. Well,
fine.
you know what? I'll not do that, because if I see if in that moment I'm able to see a couple of those things, I think
Yeah.
that she would keep the.
Is Sanctuary also a concentration?
Sanctuary
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
not.
Okay, cool.
I got you.
Double. Huh?
I got you with that one.
Yeah. I'm just double
wanted to be
checking.
sure. Yeah, I don't think it is, but I wanted to be sure.
I don't think so.
Two.
Sure.
Okay.
It is not.
Tis not. Yeah, I think
Tis
it's
not.
truly just a cast on it. It's a time, I think.
Yeah.
1 minute.
And that's 1 minute, so we are still
Yeah.
within that range.
Momento.
Vala just barely made the save. She had to use a legendary resistance to do so.
Oh, I still have to make my wisdom save. But...
You do. Everybody does. I'm waiting for numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to
Clay-
propose shenanigans.
Okay, give me your
Ooh.
shenanigans.
Does a nat 20 count for anything? Because my wisdom... If the DC is a 25, let's say it like this. Let's put it into these specific terms.
Mm-hmm.
If the DC is 25, I will not make it. If the DC were 23, I would maybe make it.
What is your total?
23.
23. Noted. Okay.
I
Hold
rolled the best I could have possibly rolled. There's a 20 on my sweet little die.
Put a pin in it. 6, what you got?
I got a 21.
21. Is
21.
that with your flash of genius?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Delilah, what you got?
15.
Cool. Clay.
Yeah.
That Clay. And you got a
21.
cool. 6, you are the only person who has the ability to do something in this moment. You have a choice.
Okay.
You can keep that flash of genius for yourself, or you could give it to Clay or Afyra, and they would
100%
succeed.
Afyra.
Noted.
Without thought, he would totally do that.
Yeah. Now,
if he
here's the
sees that
thing.
Afyra is having trouble, he will send.
Here's the thing. You can't see it. So in order to be
Okay.
able to give it to her, you're going to need to take a point of corruption for me.
Okay.
Because she's invisible.
Don't. Sorry.
Oh, true.
She's invisible. So if you want...
I'm not invisible, I'm just hiding.
Yeah, but he can't see you from where he's at on that map. You're hiding. So if you want to hit her, because she's behind a stalagmite, you'd have to, effectively burn the corruption to auto-target her.
Don't do it.
So I think what happens is the silence goes over. He's rushing after these people and immediately hears the silence and turns up to look, and then he'll just send pliers to open up, and then kind of like I know this is kind of weird, but Iron Maiden almost cover her head so that it bounces off like the psychic. And he will take a point of corruption, but it is doubled because of his nature of being a warforged. So he will take 2 corruption points instead.
She's
unless there
gonna
was more.
kick your ass.
Oh,
I know.
GM,
Yes.
I did come up with something as a reaction that
What you
Clay
got?
can possibly do. Can he use his reaction to move his Bigby's hand to
protect
cover
him?
Yeah.
Nice.
It has a range of. It can
It's
move
not
60
physical. It's not physical damage. It's incoming.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, it's not physical.
Worth a shot.
Worth a shot. Cool. That will make Afyra succeed, and she will take half damage.
Cool. Tight. That's not concerning at all.
Oh no.
I need to do some math.
I really need our healer to stay up. Just
Depending on what this is.
yeah. Right.
That's stop rolling.
Cool.
Stop.
Guys, I don't think I'm going to be able to maintain my concentration on my first spell.
Okay. Here's what happened. You guys watch as this blast of pink energy comes out. Clay, you're the closest to that third gunslinger you just hit. and one on the other side. You watch them both grab the sides of their head and drop, blood pouring from their ears, as they each take 50 points of psychic damage. The gunslinger in the middle grabs his head, drops to his knees, and blood starts pouring from his ears, but he's still just barely standing up. And then that wave hits each of you. Clay, you're going to take 50 points of psychic damage.
Hells yeah.
Delilah, you're going to take 50 points of psychic damage. 6, you're going to take 50 points of psychic damage. Afyra, you are going to take 25. Does that drop you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have uncanny dodge? Or is that an attack roll?
It wasn't an attack.
Mm-mm.
I have to be able to see the person I'm going against.
Afyra.
Yes.
As you feel this pulse of psychic energy, and you feel yourself drift into unconsciousness, your eyes close, and as they open, you see yourself standing beneath a tree, a big field in front of you, and directly across from you, the familiar face of one Sneed Barclay. And that is where we are going to end our episode for the evening.
Yeah,
We'll see you guys all next time.
Yeah.
Good night.